a place where you can run free. Time does not exist. Take a chance when the road before us falls under our face. I can't hold on. I can't remain so strong. We have the same old bond, but everything is wrong. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can't make it on my own. When I'm alone, my love is gone. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can't make it on my own. When I'm alone, my love is gone. My love is There's a place where you can run free. Time does not exist. Take a chance when the road before us falls under our face. I can't hold on. I can't remain so strong. We have the same old bond, but everything's wrong. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can't make it on my own. When I'm alone, my love is gone. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can't make it on my own. When I'm alone, my love is gone. My love is Cause we be on a tough love. Oh, we feeling so high. Don't be afraid of falling, cause you know we gon' fly. Cause we be on a tough love. Oh, we feeling was fine when you held my hand. I was fine when you pulled me down. You said the stars would answer. You said our prayers were written down. I was fine when you pulled me in. We were forced to be human, and then the world came after, and I had never questioned it. And they said it was wrong.
Kerrigan out there in the front for his teammates. He's always taking the fall as well. Whenever they're losing tournaments, losing games, he will be the first guy to blame himself for not winning set game right. Again, I don't want to go into the whole conversation about Boomich versus Kerrigan, but I do feel there's some, value in having your in-game leader and your captain and your leader out there, taking the fall for you when you need it.
I mean, it's stressful for Kerrigan, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that all the weight is on Kerrigan's shoulders. This is the roster that he wanted here. That's why the pressure is truly on for that man on your screen. If he's not able to deliver with the pieces that he has now, there's not going to be a better time. These are the men that he fought to get on this roster. They spent mad money to get Rops on board, so Kerrigan's got to bring home the trophy.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk about history when it comes to the context of Counter-Strike, right? We have FaZe here who are trying to win their first major, who are trying to put their name amongst those gods of Counter-Strike, as we see Kerrigan right now, Maniac, just taking it in for a second.
Look at what it means. Look at what it means to be on that stage. I don't want to bring up Boston again. It doesn't matter the tournament. But here is the thing. He knows, Rain and Kerrigan, they know what it is to be on that stage, to have prepared, to have given everything you have, and to leave a loser, to leave with regrets, and they don't want us today.
In the mind of a true competitor, does that make you stronger now? Now you know I will never make that mistake again.
Because you've survived it. You have survived it. You have lived through the worst scenario possible. You've lost the final, and you're here again to defend your chest.
Let's see if, well, we get the maps that we want and that we expect anyone to...
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, FaZe had the option here. Are they going to ban Dust 2 or are they going to ban Mirage? They are going to be picking Inferno. That's just been their best map for a while now. Now, NAVI have an option to punish with the D2 pick, but they go for Nuke, actually. That's been something that they loved last year. They had a great streak on it, 20 games in a row. But now, this is a map that has fallen out of favor with them in some respects.
Yeah, you say that right, and then we saw in the quarterfinal, we saw in the semifinal yesterday as well, that Nuke right now is a land map for NAVI. I think Simple even said it on the stage, that maybe Nuke is just a land map. Ancient as a third.
What the hell is going on?
Right there. I didn't see that one coming, and that is very interesting, right? A map that is getting a lot of flack right now. Even Simple said it when we interviewed him, Shocks, that he doesn't like the map. He thinks it's too CT-sided. It's not really well built, and Valve should definitely update it. Well, Simple, now you potentially have to win a major on the map that you dislike the most in a final. So I absolutely love this map pool. I want to hit on one point though. The fact that NAVI picked Nuke against FaZe Clan is to me a dangerous thing right here. I think FaZe Clan are super satisfied with this video. They're getting the two best maps in order to potentially win the major tour.
Both Nuke and Ancient are 100% win rate for FaZe in the last 3 months. But the conversation about Nuke has to be the key one. For NAVI to win the major, they didn't need to be good on Nuke 3 months ago. They need to be good on Nuke today. And they have put in the work, they've got the result, they've got the confidence. But do you have enough to break the defense of FaZe?
Right, and that's what's so tough. But the thing is, the NAVI defense going into map number 1, Inferno, is going to be tough. You've got one of the strongest pit players in the world ramping up in Electronic. Woo! When you think of Electronic and pit, it's like watching Jaws. This guy instills fear in you, and you don't even want to move near pit again. You don't want to move next to the water because of the shark, but if you go by that pit, I mean, Electronic, he chomps you.
What I kind of love about this map, Vito, is the fact that we see two teams who have failed on these maps before, right? We remember the Copenhagen Flames as well versus FaZe, but they say, no, we can do better than that because this is one of our best maps in the context of Nuke as well. In the RMR, Heroic crushed NAVI on that T side, but when they played it again, Boomich had the solutions because he had watched the tape, and I think that goes in terms of Boomich, in terms of the trust in his process, that is a notch on his belt.
Yes, I love that you mentioned Boomich and Blade, because we're going to wrap him up in that conversation. When you have such a golden staff behind you, it's the easiest way to improve on a map where you have been proven your weaknesses and your mistakes by a team like Heroic. What better occasion to look at the demo again and figure out tailor solutions, plans, contingencies. We know they'll do it, and they have done it for this grand final.
I got some bad news for you guys when it comes to Inferno, though. I think we should focus on the first map right here. And the bad news is that Electronic, I agree, he used to be the best pit player in the world. The past 3 months for NAVI, he's the lowest rated player on this map. In fact, there's not a single player outside of Simple on NAVI who's in a positive rating right now in the past 3 months on Inferno. They've been struggling on this map massively, and we even saw it in this tournament as well. Simple with a 1.27 rating, as per usual. The next best player is Bit with a 0.99 rating. That is unlike NAVI, so I think FaZe right now is eyeing a great opportunity right here for getting off to a very good start on Inferno.
Yeah, I think that right now you have to consider FaZe the favorites when moving into Inferno. That's just keeping things fair. NAVI, though, I mean, the thing is that they have those poor ratings because of what's been happening in the past to them. This is a team that in the moment, in today, they are different. I almost want to discredit every result we've seen for the last couple months on them, because what we've seen in these playoffs is a different beast in NAVI.
When FaZe finally beat NAVI during Pro League, the first time that core actually could get them down, they picked Inferno, they won it. That was a stronghold for them. But now, when do we start asking the question of the floating of Vertigo for NAVI? I thought maybe there was a way in the veto. I thought maybe they'd use that as a punish. They actually stick with the Vertigo and no one plays. Isn't that a missed opportunity?
Yeah, you could say so, but don't you want to play it safe, right? Do you really want to risk a major, going into a map where it's...
I mean, I would, but I'm not playing it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the balls on you would have been massive.
Really, the FaZe win against Cloud9 on Vertigo a couple months ago, I mean, that's where it instills fear into NAVI. So you can't risk that.
You can't risk that. Everything, so...
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, NAVI could be better, but I mean, it's too risky to go for a pick like that or to not ban that one
All right,
out.
interesting map veto. I think we can say that. Now that we have a couple of minutes left before we get into his game, I'd like to open the floor to my analysts because we've talked about so many things already and so many specifics of the teams and the players, but we could talk forever. So I'd love to know what the thing is that excites you the most for this bout between Fnatic, they wish, FaZe and NAVI, Maniac.
Look, for me, it's about what player is going to show up first on the server. And I think it is such a strong signal. You think about FaZe for a second, both quarterfinal and semifinal have been led by Rain and Kerrigan on the first map. What a better story, what a more romantic story than to have the experienced guys lead the way and actually come in with the big guns blazing at the beginning. Just to give the time to the rookies, the Robs, the rookies of this world who've never played on that stage, never been in a grand final. The experience, the veterans, they need to step up.
I want to build on that point, and I want to agree with it in the sense that I think NAVI is a known quantity. NAVI is a known quantity. When they go into a final, you know exactly what you get. You get a well-drilled Simple, you get a well-drilled Electronic, you get a team that is playing at a very high level. Now for FaZe in a major final with this iteration of the lineup, we don't really know that much, right? We have seen them being pressured a couple of times, and I'm looking towards my Robs, I'm looking towards my Twist, I'm looking towards Brokey. Brokey to me is going to be key today. He is going to go head-to-head against Simple, and without Brokey playing well for FaZe, there's no winning Inferno, and there's sure as hell no winning this grand final. So for Brokey to have a good start in the game, to establish some dominance on the server, to get a good feeling and feel confident on the stage is a massive, massive win condition.
I got Rops. I want to see if Rops' Appsler can work when this crowd is roaring the way that it is. When you can't hear what's going on from that position, when you're trying to catch rotations from those NAVI players moving out of that pit, that's where Rops usually shines. But it's tough to do that when there are 10,000 fans in this arena that are screaming their heads off and relaying that to your team. Also essential information that could be missed in this matchup.
Guys, how the hell have we not mentioned Bit so far?
Exactly.
How the hell have we not mentioned Bit? The rookie that came in Stockholm and shocked everybody with winning the first major he ever attended. At some point, 100% win on land for this man. You look at the numbers, equally good as in Stockholm. That's how insane it is. He's got the same rating, the same ADR. He is lined up. A young gun of the game of Counter-Strike, showing consistency that players need years to achieve in months.
I think this is a great point that even with all that time, we haven't delved that deep into some players like Bit, who I think it's fair to say didn't exactly, I don't want to use the strongest word as save, but he's held them together when it wasn't working that well, right, Pim? And now he also has a chance to shine on the stage.
I agree, but I also do want to say that we haven't seen Bit in a grand final of a major being pressured, right? It was relatively easy for NAVI to win the last major, if I may say that, right? That's how good they were.
Great bullets, GT.
It was but it was easy. It was easy thanks to Bit, right? It was easy thanks to him playing so fantastically well. Now I do want to say, what happens when you get into a 14-14 scenario and Bit is perhaps not having a great game? That's when you get to see the character of him. He's still young, 19 years of age, as you said, in a major grand final for the second time in a row. But I want to see him be pressured. I want to see him raise up to the occasion when they need him the most, not when they're winning a final, leading 15-8 or 15-9.
The thing about Bit is that for Kerrigan and the rest of FaZe, they've studied the demos on Bit. They know his entry routes, the flashes that are going to support him, but his time to kill is so fast, it doesn't even matter sometimes. Highest headshot percentage in the game right now. This guy is the most mechanically consistent player for me in the world. He is so dominant in 50-50 duels, it feels like it's not even fair, even if you're against star players like we have on FaZe.
Many of them, it's not even fair. To your point, haven't even mentioned Perfecto that much when he comes in with the mastermind and the clutches. Twist the same. And I think this is why we are excited to kind of watch this match, because to me it is also about kind of expectation and then how they can do even better than those expectations and who is going to step up between FaZe and between NAVI to the level we need them to in order to hoist that trophy.
It's like a box of chocolates, right? What's it going to be? What's it going to be when you have Perfecto and Twist?
Good,
They can absolutely save you. Twist did it. Perfecto can do it. Everyone on the server is a star.
Absolutely crazy. What a match we have here. FaZe versus NAVI. Who will lift the trophy? We're gonna start on Inferno, and I hope that Machine and Sponge have an amazing time with it. Let's go, guys.
I think it would be impossible not to have an amazing time with what is ahead of us. We are on the precipice of Counter-Strike history. Nobody, not even the players on the stage, know what is going to go down today. But isn't it going to be fun finding out, Chad?
We have NAVI, the reigning major champions, defending their title against the undisputed #1 contender in FaZe. World #1 versus world #2.
Oh.
The best will be decided after this best of 3.
I got a fun fact for you, Chad. I was speaking to the audio guy. He told me that the crowd were as loud as an airplane taking off. 108 decibels. So let's do it one last time. It's FaZe against NAVI. Sport Police, let me fucking hear you! All right, pistols on Inferno. The very first round, the very first blood to be drawn of the grand finals. It begins here.